Kamel Hawwash, who is the chair of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign here in the UK. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Let's start with Donald Trump on tour in the Middle East. He's in Qatar at the moment. Yesterday in Saudi Arabia, big announcements made. We've seen on investments and, of course, on Syria. What are you expecting? What would you like to see, especially with regards to Gaza?
Well, first of all, he's having a party. Everyone is giving him everything they can. The Saudis have given him billions, and the Qataris are giving him a plane. So he's very happy. He's going to take a lot of money back to America. The Saudis pressed him on the issue of Syria, and he decided to lift the sanctions. I wish they had demanded before he comes that the war ends in Gaza.
Why not?
Because
why aren't we seeing this? Or could we see this?
I hope we see more and more of it. I would like it to be a clear, sort of sign, but it hasn't happened yet. The Saudis will feel at least we've extracted something from him on Syria, but at the same time, the war continues in Gaza. The comments that Trump makes on Gaza are that they should be treated a bit better. No, it has to stop.
It has to stop. You have Steve Witkoff with him there, who was the person, the special envoy that got the ceasefire across the line at the beginning of the year. Yeah. Is that a good sign? He
has been, I guess, trying to say to Israel, go back to the deal that you signed. Netanyahu doesn't want to, because Netanyahu wants to take all the hostages out without giving anything to the Palestinians, but rather starving them to put pressure on Hamas to surrender, as he calls, and to lay down its weapons. Hamas is not going to do that. While that is happening, Israel continues to kill and maim, as we heard from Ashraf there. So I'm hoping that as he in Qatar, there will be enough of the various parties, including Hamas in Qatar, to move this forward.
And just on this point, he's there right now in Qatar. Qatar has played such a huge role in the mediation with Hamas, with Israel. Could this be a missed opportunity if they don't achieve a ceasefire here?
I think so. I think if they don't achieve an end to the war.
An end to the war.
Because the ceasefire means then Netanyahu has said, yeah, we'll have a ceasefire if they release 10 hostages, and then we'll go back to basically killing people.
And of course, we've seen attacks on hospitals again. The European hospital, another one. And 3 months now of no aid, no food, no fuel going in. 3 months. You've just come back from Parliament.
Yes.
What is the assessment of seeing that babies are dying all the time? We just heard from Ashraf, most of the people dying are children. Babies are going to bed hungry. This is what we hear from him every single time we speak to him. Is the UK reacting and watching to this?
As I was asking the MPs who were there, the members of Parliament, they all express that they think it's wrong, it should stop. Especially the issue of using starvation as a weapon has hit something with everyone.
Israel says it doesn't.
They're liars, of course. That it is a country that was built on a lie, a land without a people, for a people without a land. That was the biggest lie ever. But I was being told by the MPs I spoke to, there was another debate today on this issue specifically, that things are shifting. There are more MPs who would not be committed fully to Israel, who are either questioning or saying, I was wrong, I should not have supported Israel. So the tide is beginning to turn. And some political commentators who are known for their support for Israel, including a guy called Matthew Paris, who wrote in The Times, basically, why isn't anyone doing anything for Gaza? So that's beginning to change. I'm not saying it's changing quickly enough.
What does a shift really look like? Is it more words like we condemn, we condemn, we condemn, because that's not going to stop more children dying in Gaza? And trucks are sitting there on the border with Egypt.
So that's why we had this lobby of Parliament today, where you ask your MP, and I was asking them specifically to say to their leadership, we cannot have people dying of starvation and the Israeli ambassador sitting in London. So what I've asked them to do is, first of all, stop arming Israel completely. And on the issue of the starvation, to insist, to talk to the Americans, to talk to the Europeans, to everyone, to say we must let this aid through, not having drip fed.
But who's going to... Will they listen to the UK? Will Trump listen to the UK? Will Netanyahu listen to the UK? We also see that there's no Trump visit to Israel.
Yeah. So I think it's to do with America. Yes, America is ultimately the one that can put enough pressure on Israel to let the food in and the aid. I hope the Gulf governments are putting pressure on Netanyahu through Trump to stop that. But they must move towards saying, just imagine if they said, the trucks that are outside Rafah will have a flag of every Arab nation on it. And they are going to start moving in. And Israel, if it decides to attack them, it is attacking the whole Arab world. That is something that will be meaningful. Because at the moment, they can say, oh, Israel will attack them. Let it attack them with the flags of all the Arab countries, including the ones that normalized with it.
That would be an interesting, quite something. Kamel Hawwash, thank you very much for your time and sharing all your insights, and good luck in Parliament.
Thank you.